Hello, I'm Caroline, and this is Energy Balance Vinyasa. Today's class will be a short sequence that will transition you from a standing position to a seated one. This sequence helps demonstrate how individual poses can be connected together into a Vinyasa flow in order to transition from one pose to another. Before we begin, I will cover some important health and safety information that you should know. Before beginning this or any other exercise program, you should consult with a physician to make sure that practicing yoga is appropriate for you. If you have high or low blood pressure, spinal problems, or any other medical conditions or injuries, consult with your doctor to see if any modifications are necessary for your practice. If you are pregnant, you should be in a prenatal yoga class. If during the practice you feel any pain or discomfort, you can return to the previous pose or come back to mountain or table pose. You should avoid this pose until a physician can be consulted to make sure that it is appropriate for you. Be safe and enjoy your practice. Now let's begin. Come to standing at the top of your mat, with your feet placed about hip width apart and close to parallel to one another for mountain pose, Tadasana. Spread your toes and ground down into the four corners of your feet. Engage the quadriceps for balance, lifting the kneecaps. Your arms should be at your sides, with the palms open and facing forward. Draw your shoulder blades down and back, opening the chest. Engage your core, drawing the navel in towards your spine. Gaze forward. Begin to connect with your breath. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Keep going. Breathing deeply. Now, as you continue with your practice, you will sync each movement with your breath. Inhaling with each expansion of the body and exhaling with each contraction. High prayer, Ujjangasana. Exhale, engage your core. Then inhale and sweep your arms up and overhead alongside your ears, bringing your palms to touch. Exhale, draw the shoulders down and back, keeping an open chest. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, up through the crown of your head. Exhale, draw the navel in towards the spine and gaze up towards your hands. Prayer hands, Anjali Mudra. Exhale and lower the hands to heart center, gazing straight ahead. Draw your shoulder blades down and back, opening the chest. Lengthen through the spine to the crown of your head. Engage your core by drawing the navel in towards your spine. Inhale and lengthen through the spine to the crown of your head. Then exhale and sweep your arms down by your sides with the palms open and facing forward for Tadasana. Lengthen through the spine to the crown of your head. Draw your shoulder blades down and back, opening the chest. Exhale. Engage your core by drawing the navel in towards your spine. Continue to gaze forward. Exhale. Then inhale and bring your palms back up to touch at heart center. Draw your shoulders down and back. Keep your core engaged and keep the gaze forward. Exhale, engage your core. Then inhale and reach your hands up and overhead, your arms alongside your ears with your palms together for high prayer. Exhale, draw the shoulders down and back. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Exhale and engage your core. Gaze up towards your hands. Inhale, reach up through the hands. Then exhale and sweep the arms down and bend forward from the hips, keeping a straight spine as you fold. Press the hips up while drawing the navel into the spine. Bring your hands up to grab for opposite elbows. Keep your neck soft and let the head hang as you swing gently from the hips, from side to side. For Ragdoll Pose, Uttanasana 2. Exhale and release your hands down to the mat. Firmly plant your hands on the mat and step back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let your arms frame your ears. Keep the shoulders down and the chest open. Your feet should be about hip width apart. The legs straight, with your heels to the mat if possible. Keep a slight bend in the elbows and knees to avoid hyperextension. Gaze between the feet or the ankles. Press through the heels of the hands. Draw the navel in and reach up and back through the tailbone to come higher. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and rise up onto your tiptoes. Then exhale and slowly lower your knees to the mat, For table pose, Barman Asana. Walk your knees back so they are in line with the hips, and make sure that the shoulders are stacked over the wrists. Your calf should be parallel and the neck in line with the spine. Gaze down between your palms. Extended child's pose, Utita Balasana. Exhale and start to sink the hips down and back, bringing them to your heels. Walk your hands forward and reach the arms out in front of you as you bend forward from the hips, bringing your chest to lay across your thighs. Bring your forehead to the mat, lengthening the back of the neck. Relax your face, head, and neck. Relax your hips and your shoulders. Gaze down towards the mat or close your eyes. Reach the hands forward as you inhale and stretch through the shoulders. Inhale and come back up to table pose. Exhale and walk the hands back so they are in line with the shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Side plank on the knee. Exhale and step your left leg back, the left foot behind the right, the sole of the foot to the mat. Pivot the right foot and lower leg out behind you at a 90-degree angle for more support. Ground down into the mat through the right hand and the left foot. Engage your core. Then reach your left arm up to the sky as you twist your chest open to the left. Keep a slight micro bend in the right elbow and the left knee. Your hips should be stacked, your wrists and shoulders in one line. Gaze up towards the left hand. Exhale, engage the core. Inhale and lift the hips up a little bit higher. Then exhale and lower your left hand back down to the mat and bring your left knee back down to the mat to Barman Asana. Inhale, exhale. Side plank on the knee, other side. Inhale, then exhale and step your right leg back, the right foot behind the left, the sole of the foot to the mat. Pivot the left foot and lower leg out behind you at a 90-degree angle for more support. Ground down into the mat through the left hand and the right foot. Engage your core. Then reach your right arm up to the sky as you twist your chest open to the right. Keep a slight micro bend in the left elbow and the right knee. Your hips should be stacked, your wrists and shoulders in one line. Gaze up towards the right hand. Exhale, engage the core. Inhale and lift the hips up a little bit higher. Then exhale and lower your right hand back down to the mat and bring your right knee back down to the mat for table pose. Inhale, exhale. Plank on the knee. Inhale and step the knees back about 6 to 8 inches. keeping the shins and the tops of the feet flat to the mat. Then exhale and shift the shoulders forward so that the knees, hips, and shoulders form one long line. Ground down through the knees and the tops of the feet. Spread your fingers and root down through your palms. Avoid locking the elbows. Gaze down at the mat at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, press down through the hands. Exhale, keep the core strongly engaged, drawing the navel in towards the spine. Inhale, sink your hips down towards the mat while arching through the back and lifting the chest. For upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Your arms should be straight with the shoulders stacked over the wrists. Draw the shoulder blades down and back, opening up the chest. Gaze forward, keeping your neck soft and aligned with the spine. Inhale, then exhale. Bend your elbows straight back and slowly lower your chest and shoulders down to the mat. For reverse corpse pose, Tadasana. Bring your forehead to the mat and rest your arms down by your sides with the palms facing down. Separate your legs about hip distance apart and keep them parallel to one another. Keep the tops of your feet flat to the mat with the toes pointing straight back behind you. You can either close your eyes or gaze down at the mat. Relax your neck and your shoulders, and relax your lower back. Feel your body melting into the floor with each exhale. Cobra pose, Ujjangasana. Bring your hands to the mat underneath your shoulders. Draw your shoulder blades together and keep your elbows hugged in to the sides of your body. Root your hips down into the mat. Keep your legs and feet flat to the mat. Then push down through the hands and start to lift your head and your chest up off the mat. Inhale, draw your shoulder blades together, opening the chest. Exhale, and slightly tuck the chin to lengthen the back of the neck. Gaze down at the mat at a 45-degree angle. Pull the mat back with your hands and reach the chest forward. Inhale, then exhale and slowly lower back down, chest to the mat, to Tadasana. Bring your forehead back to the mat and rest your arms by your sides with the palms facing down. Separate your legs about hip distance apart, keeping the tops of your feet to the mat. Close your eyes or gaze down at the mat. Inhale and bring your hands to the mat under your armpits. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale. Then inhale and lift your head and chest up off the mat. Press down through the hands, straightening the arms as you arch through the back and lift the chest for upward facing dog. Then flip the feet, tuck the toes, and send the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Let your arms frame your ears. Keep the shoulders down and the chest open. Your feet should be about hip width apart and the legs straight, with the heels to the mat if possible. Gaze between the feet or the ankles. Easy pose, Tsukasana. Inhale, rise up onto your tiptoes. Exhale and bend your knees deeply. Inhale, then exhale and slowly lower your knees to the mat. Cross your lower legs and then sit back, coming into a cross-legged seat. Each foot should be tucked under the opposite knee. Rest your hands on your knees, with the palms facing either down or up towards the sky. Press down through your sit bones, lengthening the spine through to the crown of your head. Inhale, exhale, and draw the shoulders down and back, opening the chest. Engage the core, drawing the navel in towards your spine, and gaze straight ahead or close your eyes. Remain in this final pose for a few more moments. Breathing deeply. Feeling the connection between your legs and the earth. Letting it ground you. Feeling solid, steady, and strong. This concludes the practice. I wish you peace, contentment, and bliss. Om Shanti, Santosha, Ananda.